Straight ahead on Kitchen Renovations. We're taking a kitchen that hadn't been updated in a good 20 years and step-by-step completely transforming it into a warm, inviting, contemporary space. The job in front of us now, putting down the new floor. We'll start with a new do-it-yourself in-floor heating system and then lay down a porcelain tile that looks just like natural slate. All that and more right now on Kitchen Renovations.
Well, we've got the floor all marked, and now it's time for the next step in our flooring, which is something you're going to like, a heated floor.
Yeah, that's real important to me. This is a cold room. It's right over the garage, and there's not a lot of insulation.
As a matter of fact, I can show you how cold it is. This is a laser thermometer. I just pointed here in the room.
Wow, 53 degrees.
And with that tile on there, it's going to be even colder if you didn't have a heated floor. Here's the solution. This is Monica Ergens from the Step Warm Floor Company, and for this kitchen, you've got a great solution.
Yes, I think this would help. This is a semi-conductive plastic. It's black carbon in the plastic, and there are only 2 wires to bring in the current, low voltage. But what is really heating is the black carbon, and that's why it cannot overheat.
You mean the warmth comes not just out of these 2 main wires, but also from the middle section?
Yeah, the 2 wires are cold wires, and all the heating is done through the surface of the heating. And I'll show you another thing, is that there's no circuit to break, so even if I put a nail through it, the currents can still go through the black carbon.
And that's how we're going to be connecting, is by nailing or stapling it, so that's very unique.
Yes, makes it easy installation.
And what other aspects do we need for installation?
Okay, I'll show you.
Okay.
Here I've made a layout of the kitchen with the elements.
Okay, so we know how many strips to cut.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So then this is what I'm talking about, the element, which I cut to size.
Just one big roll of it, huh?
Yes. And I have the wires, the connectors, the sealant tape, and the terminal boards, and the transformer, 24 volts.
Does it use a lot of power?
No, because it's self-regulating, it is very energy efficient.
And how much would it cost to do a room like this?
I'll calculate about, in this area, $10.
About $10 square foot? And is this really something that a do-it-yourselfer can do?
Yes, I believe so. I can do it. But let's say the only thing I would tell them is that it's very important to have the right crimp tool, because this is a crimp tool for the connectors, and it does not release until you have made the connection right.
And this is actually something you send out with a kit, right?
Yes, and then normally for a job, then we have to be credited when you send it back to us.
All right. You guys ready to get to work?
You bet.
Let's warm up the floor.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the first piece cut, and we're off to a pretty good start. Now, if you want to heat up your own floor, or if you want more information about this kitchen renovation project, just head to our website. It's DIYnet.com.
Coming up, we'll finish installing our innovative in-floor heating system. We'll cover it with thin-set mortar and lay the cement underlayment right over the heating strips. That and the new porcelain slate tile floor when Kitchen Renovations continues.
Welcome back to Kitchen Renovations. We're right in the middle of installing our new floor, a major step in creating Marshall and Janine's handsome new contemporary kitchen.
It may look a little strange, but this is an in-floor heating system that uses strips of carbon-infused polymer, a conducting plastic, instead of tubes and hot water. It's a simple do-it-yourself solution. You cut it to length with the scissors and then staple it right to the subfloor.
Once again, Monica is here helping us. What's next?
Okay, now we have to connect each strip of element individually in parallel to the transformer, and I'm going to show you how this is done. You have to put a black positive and white negative wire to this terminal board, which in return will go to the transformer.
Can you show us how to hook it up?
Yeah, with pleasure.
Okay.
To connect the terminal wires to the end of each strip, start by cutting a small corner of the plastic and exposing the braided wire that runs the length of each strip. Slip the metal connector over the braided wire at the heating strip. Then insert the flattened terminal wire into the connector so the 2 wires are touching. Next, use the special crimping tool to crimp the connector so it's good and tight. To finish the connection, cut a short piece of self-adhesive sealant tape, fold it in half, peel away the backing, and wrap it around the connection. Once the air is pressed out, it forms a permanent seal.
Well, as you can see, we jumped ahead a little bit here. Monica, where are we at?
Well, all the elements have been connected. Now we have routed them along the wall, and here we have drilled the hole to pass the wires through into the closets. And the wires continue here, and they go routed to the terminal boards, and from the terminal boards, they go to the transformer.
And this is all low voltage, so if anybody touches it, they won't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
And plus, this is going to be in a closet. There'll be some shelving here, so this will be additionally covered, so we shouldn't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
What else we need to do?
Just call the electrician, so he puts an on-off switch and to the main power, and the elements are going to be self-regulating and keep your comfortable temperature.
No adjusting.
No.
Monica, this is great. I think Marshall is going to love it.
I'm sure he will.
Well, now that the heating elements are in place, you can see that we've got an uneven floor. We've got the wires and the heating element itself. Now, we could lie the tile right over the element, but we want a smooth surface. We also want good adhesion, so we're going to be using the cement backer board. Now, we're not just going to nail this right down to the floor. We're going to be using a thin set. Right, Shane?
You bet, Paul. What we're going to do is take this thin set mortar. It's a Portland-based product. We're going to mix it with water and trowel it down with this tool. This sets the depth of the mortar.
And you're telling me that you could put cement right on these heating elements?
Absolutely, you bet. We'll put it on the heating elements, set the cement board on it, and nail through the whole mess.
And the heat can get through all those layers?
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Marshall won't have to worry about his cold feet.
Yeah.
Shane is really the expert when it comes to this job, so we're going to let him take over here. Before we apply the thin set, we want to be sure we're not going to nail through any of the terminal wires by mistake, so we mark the board to show where the wires go. After the mortar thickens or slakes, you want to give it one last quick spin before you apply it. That helps it become the right consistency. The ridges in the thin set made by the trowel actually create a suction effect as the board goes down, helping to hold it in place. We're going to nail the board down right away using a power nailer, shooting 1 1/4 roofing nails, galvanized so they won't rust.
Well, we've got a pretty good start here, and now it's just more of the same until the entire room is covered. And remember, you guys, once this is all set up, no walking on it for 24 hours, including Toby the dog.
Okay, we'll make sure everybody stays off.